All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. Josh, let's start right out here this next hour. I enjoyed the first hour so much. Let's tell everybody how they can contact the show, agree or disagree with me, whatever it may be. Now, the backdrop on the webcam, we'll try to get a better view because I don't think you can see, but there's a, Josh, put me a note there if you could see the steeple or the silhouette. Is that what you would call the little church there in the valley behind me? If you can see that, let me know. And first of the week, I will get the camera set up to where you can see my view. I can't see it, but there is a little church in the valley, and you can see for miles here from on this view in the Blue Mountains. Let's show everybody how they can contact the show. There you go. There you go. There you go. Right there, Josh, 706-889-9700. Contact the show. Now, we're going to break down. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be a little tricky. And what I'm going to do is we're going to get to, let's get to Don Lemon to Castro. And the reason why I want to bring this up is we're going to work on this. Now, for the next hour, we got work to do. We're going to work on some things. So let me find the picture that I would like. And this is the number 20. Okay. This is the Don Lemon and Julio Castro. I don't know. He's a congressman from Texas, right? It's number 20. And here is number let's go to 21. 21. How would you help cities? How would you help cities? Now remember, they try to tell you, CNN, that this was a debate, okay? And within this debate, okay, at no time during the debate did they offer any statistics, any rebuttal with true statistics, or any rebuttal, all right, with true facts in the exchange. How would you help cities President Trump has insulted? And you got to understand, with a question like this, it's to be assumed that the insult alone has caused the inner decay in these cities. Think about it. This is what they do, all right? So how would you help that? That's the question. And let's see if I can find the other one I wanted to have up there. All right, hold on. That's that. I think that is the one I want. So how would you help? So here you go. Leave that picture up, number 21. I'm going to read to you Don Lemon to Castro, Secretary Castro. He was Secretary of something with Obama. Don Lemon to Castro. After the president's, now listen, this is the question that was asked. After the president's racist tweets attacking Baltimore and Congressman Elijah Cummings, the mayor of Baltimore slammed the tweets and said to the president, I called your help. I call you to help send resources. Now I'm chopping. Send resources, the mayor of Baltimore said in response, that we need to rebuild America. Wait a minute. Okay, slow down. I didn't have a comment. I apologize. Don't get all upset. So Don Lemon, I got it down. Don Lemon to Castro, Secretary Castro, after the president's racist tweets attacking Baltimore and Congressman Elijah Cummings, the mayor of Baltimore, in the tweets. What would you do? I mean, what would you say to the president? What would you do? I called for help. Help us send resources. Folks, we keep sending resources. Help us send resources that we need to rebuild America that need help first of all. The president is a racist. The president is a racist, is what he said last night. And that was one more example of it. We don't know whether it's Baltimore's cities like Detroit. They have their tremendous rich history and culture, and also impossibilities also. There's impossibilities. Here's what I would do if I'm president. Number one, I would invest in tremendous educational opportunities. Now listen, we're going to break this down. I know you don't like when I read to you. But number one, I would invest, Castro says, in tremendous educational opportunities. Invest in universal pre-K for 3 to 4-year-olds, and also invest in improving K through 12 education, colleges, free colleges, and also make higher education available to everyone through tuition, free public state universities, community colleges, and training and certificate programs. No, stay with me. I would follow up on the work that I did. I passed the most sweeping rule to future generations, our communities in the United States, since Trump set that back. I thought the roof, and we need to make sure. I did a voice to text. I let it do it last night. Make sure that you don't have to get out of West Baltimore, inner city, Detroit, or west side of San Antonio, or anywhere if you want to reach your American dream. Now, he's talking about getting, I know it's choppy, but reach your American dream. I want you to be able to accomplish it in your great neighborhood. So a little choppy there, but send more money, invest in education, and you can achieve your dream out of West Baltimore. So that's what Castro said. And he said Trump is a racist. Okay. So last night, I want to go here for a minute. Last night, did Don Lemon follow up? Did he? Here's number 46. Did Trump in 2 years create this, number 46? So while that's on the screen, a real debate, this is why we're showing you it was a TV show, it was not a real debate. A real debate would have, okay, a follow-up on this. So with this statement right here from Castro, Trump's a racist, invest more money. Let's go to Baltimore City is failing its children. This is April 10th, 2018 from the Baltimore Sun. Now, I didn't go through a lot. You can go through this all day long. In a recent front page article, the Sun reported that Baltimore school students scored near the bottom in reading and math compared to children in other cities and large urban areas on an important national assessment given in 2017. In 4th to 8th grade reading, only 13% of the city's students in 4th and 6th and 8th grade reading, only 13% of city students are considered proficient. In 4th grade math, only 14% were proficient. And in 8th grade math, only 11% were proficient, putting Baltimore ahead of only Detroit and Cleveland. So their exciting news is, hey, the bottom of the barrel, is Cleveland and Detroit. The article goes on to cite planned improvements to increase student proficiency in 2017. Project Baltimore analyzed 2017 state testing data and found 1/3 of Baltimore high schools in 2016 had 0 students. 1/3, 0 students proficient in math. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole article. I read this morning. But remember, Castro will pour more money into this. Leave that picture up of the squander and the slums in Baltimore. He will pour more money into this. Then you have this one here, okay? Josh, we have Showed it this morning. Number, got it here somewhere. We'll find it. We'll find it. It's not that hard. Elijah Cummings, not the one when he's getting ready to bite somebody. I know I made the let's see, hang tight, I got it, folks. Number 22, let's go to 22, okay? Now this guy's got 30 years here. Schools are failing. It's a disaster, okay? Castro will pour more money in. More money. Wait till you hear what Kirsten Gillibrand said, all right? Castro's going to pour more money into this. That's what he wants to do. They're upset over Baltimore. More money, more problems. $15.7 billion was poured into Baltimore. Let me go to this article. I have it here somewhere. We're going to find it. We're going to find it, okay? Where did $16 billion in U.S. grants given to Baltimore in 2018 disappear? Folks, you cannot convince me that $16 billion, we can't clean this mess up, okay? Where did it disappear to? The city of Baltimore received $16 billion in grants in 2018. The city is a dump. Where did the money go? Does Representative Cummings know? We have gone, now, yesterday we have had several, the housing HUD, Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Ben Carson, they're not running him. But that's what Castro said. So where is, if you were watching a real debate, the moderator would have looked and said, but after saying that, that sounds good, candidate, that sounds good. But Representative Castro, when you say you're going to pour more money in and you're going to build new housing, and you're going to put money in education. Here are some statistical facts of the Maryland 7th District in the last several years, and go through the education results, the testing results, and where they stand, only ahead of Baltimore and Cleveland, okay? Go through that. Go through the money they receive and say, is that not enough, Congressman? Was that not enough money? All right. Now, let's leave Baltimore up there for just a minute. Right there. Hey, tight. I got the wrong one up here. Let's leave that up there for just a minute. Now, Gillibrand. Gillibrand lists the voices that aren't being listened to. And I can talk to those white women. This is Kirsten Gillibrand. In fact, let me get a picture up here, okay? There's number 23. This is about the Green New Deal, but this is Kirsten Gillibrand. We just would have put it up for reason being. Gillibrand. I don't believe that it's the responsibility of Corey and Carmela. Now, this is race. This is how they dealt with this. Corey is black. Carmela is, caramel, a little brown sugar. Sorry, that was what Mayor Willie Brown used to call her, right, in San Francisco. I'm just saying. I don't believe that it's the responsibility of Corey and Carmela to be the only voice that takes all these issues of institutional racism, systematic racism, white women of privilege. So, break it down. White women, now listen to this. White women of privilege. Who is in the U.S.? Senator running for president, okay? It is also my responsibility to list those voices that aren't being listened to. And I can talk to those white women in their suburbs and explain to them what white privilege actually is. Kirsten's going to explain what it actually is. Now listen to what white privilege actually is. She's going to reach out to suburban white women. that when your son is walking down the street with a bag of M&Ms in his pocket, wearing a hoodie, his whiteness, that's what she said, his whiteness has a car that breaks down and knock on somebody's door for help, and the door opens, and that help is given, it's his whiteness that protects him from being shot in America today. My responsibility to a young mother, that this is all of our responsibility, and it together can make you strong. So Gillibrand said, if you have a white kid, now you got to transplant that with a black, okay? But if you have a white kid, they happen to be wearing a hoodie, their car breaks down, they got a bag of M&Ms, they knock on the door, and they get the help they need of somebody, it's their whiteness that protected them. And you need to know that. It's their whiteness that kept them from being shot. Let's go to climate change just for a minute. And we're not, I mean, I am just breaking this down, and we're going to keep these notes because we have to, let's see, we have to, where's, all right, I went into the op-ed. I want Inslee. Inslee has lost his mind. He flat out, the Washington State, where is he at? Not the jackass. I knew I had a picture of Inslee here somewhere this morning. Let me see if I can find him. All right. I don't see a picture of Inslee, but let me see if I got something on climate change. Hang tight, folks. It won't take long. And I want to go into the impressive moment by Gabbard. Let's just go. It's Gillibrand's going to get some extra time. Let's just stay with the number 23 on the Green Deal. Now, Inslee, which I thought I had a picture of, he is the governor of Washington State. He's a real whack job. He says it's too late. We are too late. We've gone too far. So let's go over a couple of their climate change comments from last night. Climate change. Well, Biden would go back into the Paris Climate Accords, okay? Inslee, the governor of Washington State, this is what he says. We have these deadlines are set by science. They're set by science. We have to get off coal in 10 years. To plan does not, we have to get off of fossil fuels, and the electric grid is 15 years, simply does not do that. I've heard you say that we need a realistic plan. Here's what I'm going here. I want to believe the survival is realistic, okay? This is what Inslee said. I know I chopped it up. The survival is realistic. And that's the kind of plan we need. That's the kind of plan I have. So his plan is survival. Now, when it comes to climate change. Now, here's what Biden says. I'm going to just say this. Let's pull this up really quick. I don't care anything with Biden. Let's go to number 25, just so Biden is there. But Biden, this is the best they have, folks. Now, remember, I keep saying this. This is what Joe Biden says. Biden says 500,000. I mean, how long does it take? I don't have an electric car. Don't plan one. Joe is planning it, and your government is planning it. If elected, your government's going to end coal. Your government's going to take over your health care. Your government's going to force you to buy an electric car by 2030. It's 2019. 1920. 11 years? 11. I may still be alive. And I have to have an electric car by 2030. They want to take that over. They're taking over everything. So Biden says 500,000 charging stations. He will build 500,000 charging stations around the country. So by 2030, we're all electric. 11 years, folks. 2030 is 2019. Let me count that at 20. 1 year is 20. 10 is 11 years. 100%. That's the best they have. This is the front runner. Joe Biden, his quote, we're all electric vehicles, my plan by 2030. Around this country, so by 2030, we're all electric vehicles. My plan calls for making sure that we have $400 billion invested in 10 million new jobs that also engage the world while we're doing. We have to walk and chew gum at the same time. So Joe Biden is walking and chewing gum at the same time. Climate change, oh my God. 500,000 charging stations. By 2013, everything's electric. The car you buy today, wonder what the warranty, if they get elected, wonder what the warranties will look like in 2030, so 2028. I know you're buying this car today, but there'll be no gas in 2 years, folks. No gas, no gas. You'll have to zip this baby up at the charging station. There will be no any fossil fuels, including coal, fracking, and in a Biden administration. Will there be? So that's what was asked. So look, will there be? I think Dana Bash or Dash or whatever her name is, I don't know. CNN looked at Biden and said, will there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration? Though I doubt we would make sure it eliminated and no more subsidies for either one of these. Either way, fossil fuel, the time is our house in the fire. We have to stop using coal in 10 years. So I don't know if my voice to text translated on there last night as well as I wanted. It's over. Coal mines are closed. Electric cars, 11 years. We've gone too far. Gillibrand, the guarantee of job with medical leave pay, vacations, and retirement security. You're the co-sponsor of the Green New Deal, which includes the guarantee of a job and medical leave, paid vacations, and retirement security for everyone in America. That's it. Kirsten Gillibrand. This is Kirsten Gillibrand. So the first thing that I'm going to do when I'm president is I'm going to Clorox the Oval Office. The second thing I'm going to do is I will be engaged on the global climate change, and I will not only sign the Paris Global Climate Accords, but I will lead the worldwide conversation. List goes on. Now, I want to take a break because what I want to do is I want to come back, okay, and I want to talk about two other things. I want to talk about how they discussed our law enforcement, okay, last night, what they will do there. It's the best they have. So I knew the second hour would be this a little choppy, but we're trying to get through it. But we have to discuss this reality show. And what you have to do, you have to tell people, it's not a debate. It was not a debate. Every single thing last night was not challenged by a moderator with any facts, follow-up whatsoever. They got excited, and they're all just tingly this morning, and they're all into the Kool-Aid, drinking it, that CNN had 2 nights. Now, I wonder when the articles will come out, was it a success? And then I wonder when they'll start talking about the polling data from last night. It's the best they have. I'm your host, BKP. Take us to break. Josh will be right back to wrap this morning up.